So, who are you again?
My name's Melty, and you're returning me to the capital, the castles, you know, because I am the king's daughter. You do know, um, I'll stop you right now. Allow me to stop you right now. He forgets very easily. It's kind of like his memory is um, like a week, like past. Um, Yeah, I would recommend you stop trying to remind him now before like anything really. I would also recommend that. Just like Craftalia said, I also recommend that. Um it's weird. He also is mostly angry at the capital though, so it's kind of understandable. Um he's mostly consumed about anger anytime he hears the word about the word Royal, uh, Ty. Is that how you spell it, Raftalia? Um, Possibly. Um, the guy who's talking uh, as us doesn't remember how to spell that word at the moment. Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah. Philo, you were just born a week ago. No, I wasn't. It's been like a couple weeks in universe time. I've been alive for, well, uh, nearly a month. 2 weeks. Actually, yeah, you've been alive for 2 weeks. Melty? Yes, that's my name. You royalty. Possibly. Yes or no? Yes. Okay. Tell me where you're from. Here. Who's your dad? The king. Who's your mother? The queen. Who's your sister? Mal. Malty. I hate it in this place. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. Anyways, hi, it's me, Anime We or We Anime. I'm here to bring you part three of What If Naofumi was the legendary Knuckle hero. Whew. I completely forgot last week. Um, After I got done recording, I completely forgot the entire scene with Melty, like going to um going to Naofumi, like with that carriage and the bunch of like royal guards. I completely forgot to do it. So I kind of off screened that. The whole entire chase they did, I off screened it. Like, I feel bad because it's like one of my favorite like parts in the first season, right? It's like one of my favorite parts. It's so good. Um, I also realized next week will be the end of season one, going by the anime, right? Next week, episode four, part four of my series is going to be the end of the season one, like in anime terms. I think. Wait, no. There's 20 episodes, right? Right? There's like 20 episodes in like the first season. Yeah, there is. There is. Yeah, because it ends on Calmera Archipelago, right? Yeah. So yeah, either way, either part 5 or part 4 will be the end of season um 1. I say probably next week, most likely, because this week, today, well, as I don't know when you're watching this, but as I'm recording it, we're going over the third wave arc where they fight Glass. Well, not they, but Naofumi fight Glass. All right, and then the next arc after that. What is that? What is it? Hold on, I have it pulled up, so let me check. Devil of the Shield. That we'll get past that. We'll get to that today. What the hell? Oh, that's just a bunch of like buzzards. Okay. But yeah, the arc today we're going over will be the what arc is this called? Third wave arc and the Devil of the Shield arc. Okay. Or Devil of the Knuckle. Technically, that's for this series. Yeah, for 9 through 12, and then 18 is, I believe, if I'm correct about this, episode 18 is where they fight the bishop. Sorry, I'm just saying this. If you are watching this, you most likely know what happens in the anime, at least for season 1. Right? You most likely know, so it doesn't really matter. What the hell? I swear. These, like, Wikipedia fandom, like, things absolutely hate me for some reason. I don't know. I really hope I don't get copyrighted for that. I don't even know if it's like copyrightable. I don't know. Watch, I guarantee. But anyways, yeah. Let's get into this after I get a drink of water. It's because it's hot out here, boys. Okay, and I'm still in shade, so I mean it's still hot. So you get my point. I got a question for you all. You don't gotta like type it down or anything, though. Okay. Um, what's your favorite like weapon in Shield Hero? What's your favorite weapon? Or like favorite form of a weapon in it? Okay. Because personally, with me, um, it's the Lark's scythe and the way uses it. Um, I do plan on doing what if Naofumi was a legendary scythe hero. Okay, I do plan on doing that at some point. Okay, just because how cool of an idea it is, I do plan on doing that. Right, I do. What the hell is happening behind me? Something's happening. Oh, there's a donkey behind me. But yeah, you get where I'm coming from. I also am working on an idea currently as we're talking. For a Deku What If. I know this has nothing to do with the actual series like this one, but I'm working on Kakashi Deku. Okay. Um, and then after it, I'm gonna work on another idea I have. Okay, I'm not gonna spoil it in case I do it for the next Deku What If, but it is going to be very cool. Honestly, it's gonna be quite cool. Um, right, it's gonna be quite cool in my opinion. That is, but I'm trying to think on a name for Deku's quirk, right? Because I'm gonna have him have a quirk, a different quirk. I'm not gonna have him be quirk because I use chakra like most people do. I think that's so dumb. I think it's so dumb. That's why if I do a character like say Deku or someone's reincarnation, like either for like Asta, if I'm having one of them, either Deku or Asta being like a reincarnation of a character not or like not well, clearly not from their series, like say if Asta was going to be uh I'm trying to think of a character. Like what if Asta was Kakashi's reincarnation? I would think of a magic that would make sense within that characteristic, figure out a name. I mean, for Kakashi, it would be copy magic, right? But that would be for him, okay? And for other characters, so on and so forth, I'll figure out a name. That's what I do for Deku and Asta if I ever decide to do, like, if there are reincarnations of a certain character. Um, but as of right now, I have perfect coffee as a name, but I don't truly like it. Like, I just don't truly like it like that much. I don't like it a lot because I remember a texting story I was watching but never finished, and Deku's quirk was perfect copy, which I feel like that just has to be with that character. I don't want to steal it. Okay, I just don't want to steal it. Even though it's such a basic name, I still don't want to steal it. So, I was thinking on like copycat, just that being like their name, like the quirk name, because the Sharingan's ability to copy movements and like jutsus could come into a play, mostly with like movements, because I remember Sasuke doing the movement thing with he copied Rock Lee's green leaf driver or something, whatever it was, I don't remember, but you know that type of movement. So yeah, I was planning on doing that. I don't know yet. I don't know. That copycat is just like a perfect name for it though, and him being the copycat like Ninja Kakashi, but I'll even renaming it the Copycat Hero, um, something. Okay. I did a another idea. I finished another idea yesterday, and then started on Kakashi later that day. It was a teleporting quirk. Okay, I'm just gonna say that now. Uh, and he was the blinking hero, narrow, because where you narrow your eyes, it has the whole entire do with their eyes and them blinking to teleport. Okay, it makes sense. It's cooler than you think. Okay. Hi, how are you? Why are you staring? Anyways, so yeah, that's just a little rant I go on. But now I'm gonna get another drink of water, then we can actually get into the story. What? Sorry, I'm talking to donkeys. What? 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 Hello. Hi. Anyways, I'm gonna try to not get bit by them. See, they're tame, but they're tame enough to where they'll mess with you, and they won't really care because they know like I love them and I don't care. Do not like being bit. So yeah, uh, Naofumi and his party with Melty would be walking through the well kingdom, well Malamark, like the capital of Malamark, right? They would be walking through, right? And then someone would be yelling from the sky, Naofumi! And it would be Motoyasu, the spear hero. Spear in hand, trying to drive it through Naofumi. Naofumi would stand there, looking there, and he would say, Are you kidding me? As he would enter the blocking stance with his arms raised beside his head as a field, like a force field, right? Would appear blocking Motoyasu's spear. Motoyasu would say, You have more now? More uh, being Philo. Well, he actually already knew Philo and Keel. So he doesn't really. You have another one, is what he would say. Clearly mentioning Melty. And Naofumi would say, She's not my friend. We're not friends. So you don't have to say that. She's just walking beside of us. Okay? As he would still be blocking, and Naofumi would say, As the shield hero, I order thee to bend the laws of physics and, well, physics and reality, blah, 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 to freeze my opponent. And this would be freezing riposte. Uh, right. He would be frozen there as Naofumi would say, what was it? Sorry. Dun 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 dun. I'm gonna get copyrighted, and I'm sad about it. Yeah, let's just go with that. He would say, "Meteor, Knuckle," as he would reel back his fist and punch, but not really hit. It would be like he would be like very close to hitting like Motoyasu, but the initial like shockwave or the like energy off of his thing would actually hit Motoyasu and send him flying backwards, hitting the ground, skidding and like jumping or bouncing off of it, right? Until he would land as he would bring up his spear, as he would begin to say, Lightning! And then royal guards would get in the way of each of them. Naofumi wasn't doing anything. He was legit just standing there, just waiting. Right. He would just be standing there, waiting for Matsuyasu to do it, and then the royal guards would step in. Right. Right. Okay. So yeah. Cool. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You get my point. So yeah. After that, they would. Well, there would be a mini time skip in reality. Yeah, that would be what we would call it in this business. Not really. I mean, we're just skipping over the stuff I don't want to go into, where they would attempt to get the class upgrades for Philo and Raphtalia and Keel, right? But then they couldn't because the Three Heroes Church would stop them and not allow them to, right? And then, well, even before that, Melty would go to the king, right? Uh, and then she would go to Naofumi asking for them to talk. Naofumi didn't. He plain out said, "You can't make me do anything. We're not friends. I'm only doing my job, okay?" And the last time I tried to go talk to him, he got me into a fight that I didn't want to be in. And his little precious daughter cheated in that fight as well, okay? So there's nothing in this world that can make me want to talk to that man, okay? So you can leave, okay? I'm gonna go get ready for the next wave and protect this place. Even though, from what I hear, the heroes were supposed to be split up on the four different countries, not just one stealing them all. As he would then walk away, going to Erhard's uh, blacksmith shop with his party. Well, actually, Keel would say, I'll follow him. Okay, um, you three can do whatever you want. As she would go, or they would go and follow Naofumi, Raftalia would say, make sure he doesn't get in trouble. And Keel would say, I'll try. As then Raftalia, Philo, and Melty would make sure Melty would get back to the the castle safely, right, without any trouble. There wouldn't be any, thankfully for them. But then we will switch over to Erhard, and Naofumi and Keel. Naofumi would enter the thing as Erhard would be there in the front desk, as he would say, "Hey, there he is. How you been, kid? I could be better, but I could also be way worse. Hey, got a little bit of mess here. Okay. Well, first, I gotta show you this. This is the craziest part. As he would uh, get the purple gem that Philo gave him after they beat the dragon, right? And he would then say, could you somehow put this on my armor? Somehow? And Erhard would say, blah, 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 blah. Things I don't understand, okay? Like, you can do this and this, whatever. Oh, right, okay, okay, yeah. Sorry, there's something caught in my throat and I just blabbered. I don't know what happened. I think I breathed weird. Things happen to me. I'm not okay, man. Like, I have terrible allergies. This is why I dislike summer and spring so much, and also fall. Like, I like winter way too much because there's no bugs, there's no pollen, okay, that will mess with me. Okay, you get my point though. Like allergies, okay, I have terrible ones. That's why in spring I really don't ever want to record, but I will just because it's fun. Also in fall, I get bad allergies since everything's falling and everything like that, right? Summer, I mean, it's just hot, so yeah. And then winter comes around, and then I don't really do much. Like when I come out, I'll record, right? I'll try my best to record, but if it's too cold and I can't stay out long enough too long to record, then I'll say something for the new guys. Uh, but for those that's been here since near day one, you would know this. Sorry. All right. So yeah, there he would get the purple gem implanted on the like the main piece of armor. Okay, like on his chest, right? Which would boost his stats a little bit, just by like 5% in each one. His defense would go up 10%, while everything else would go 5. Okay, right? Actually, no. I mean, it doesn't really matter. He is still like a defense monster in this world, right? He knew he would need it. As he would level up, he would just put a lot, like the first beginning levels, he would put like all of it into defense because he didn't know about the blocking stance or these abilities he has, right? And then they would stay there for a while, uh, about to possibly buy something as Raftalia and Philo would walk in, right? And then Naofumi would say, "Yeah, um, well, I'd like to get some upgrades for these fellas here before this up and coming wave. We can do that. All right. Uh, what do you think? Like armor, more of those knee throwing things that the young lady here has, as he would point to Keel, right? You think a new sword for Raftalia and, well, Philo, Keel, you know about? Yeah, the throwing needles would be nice. I would like something for melee, though. Just in case something goes wrong. Maybe like a. What do you think, Keel? You're the one I probably trust in my set of hearing mode not to tease me about anything or say anything bad about me. Or you also just truly care. Um, I mean, short sword maybe, or a sword would be nice, but I don't know how to use a sword, so I don't know how that would be. Um, uh, maybe a pair of knives would be nice. Daggers. I don't know. I mean, since you do have me in long range, so like you said, just in case. Yeah. Daggers. You said daggers. Yeah. If you can do anything about small knives, yeah, we can see what I can do. I actually have some in that barrel right there. If you'd like to look in there for a while, for a little, pick out 2, and then we'll run up the price. As for these 2, you just want a new sword and armor. Yeah, yeah. Actually, armor for Keel too, please. Yeah, thank you. No problem. You want this on your tab, or depending on the price, I'd like to put it on my tab because I feel like you know this. I'm not that liked here, so can't really get much around this place. I know. Anyways, yeah, I'll work on this stuff. You can set your armor there, and yeah, and I'll get that done by tomorrow, and you can come back tomorrow and grab it before the wave, which is I don't know. I never paid attention. Man, the good old days. I used to fight in those things. What? You used to fight in a wave? The waves? Yeah. Uh, actually was adventure back then. Back when. Yeah. Good times. Really? Yeah. My master that taught me all this blacksmith and stuff dumped me here. Uh, said, work up your own shop. I'll see you around. And he just left. Never saw him since. Huh. That's weird. No kidding. Anyways, yeah, like I said, leave your stuff here and I'll get you set for the wave. Alright. So yeah, it would be the next day by this point for Naofumi and his party, and they would go back to Erhard to get their stuff. Naofumi's uh, gem implanted armor on his chest, the chest armor, right, and the new sword and armor for Raftalia, the two daggers for Keel, and armor for her as well. All right, and then it's time. The wave would start. They would the heroes and their parties would be transported there, right? And Naofumi and his party would go up north at this point first, taking monsters down, looping around until they would see a ship in the air. As they would arrive there, they would see Itsuki, the bow hero, shooting at the figurehead the figurehead of the ship, and Naofumi would say, "What's up? What's going up on there? What's going on up there, Itsuki?" Oh, um, Rin and Motoyasu thought I okay. He would say the things that is in canon, where they would say the uh, the captain or whatever would be the issue, where Itsuki thinks it's the figurehead they had to destroy to end the wave, right? But every time they would destroy it, it would reappear. Well, the monster up there, the captain, and whatever, right? It would keep on coming back. Naofumi would say, "Philo, let's get up there," or something. They would have to get up there. They would get up there somehow. Okay. Naofumi would land and roll as he would then punch the captain, the pirate captain, the skeleton captain, right? He would punch it, it would be destroyed, as he would say, "You two should probably work together. Learn how to work together within a team, not just go alone." As he would then, as the shoot at the as the Knuckle hero, I order the to bring light to my strikes. Um, flash strikes, flash strike. Yeah, it's a new ability I just came up with. Okay, flash strikes. It's where every time he hits, there would be a flash of light. Okay, so what he would do, his knuckles would glow. Not his like actual like hand knuckles, but the brass knuckles. Okay, would glow in this light, right? As he would then punch the shadow of the massive or Raftalia would take care of the monster on the other side, as Naofumi would take out the captain, the pirate captain, right? As he would punch the shadow, it would be, well, the captain would finally be destroyed, and then a soul eater would appear. Then Naofumi would say, "There's your culprit. There's two of them, actually. Oh, this is gonna be fun." As the Soul Eater would fly around, and it would finally dive down onto Naofumi. Naofumi, uh, still keeping, still keeping the Flash strikes Knuckles up. He would say, "Airstrike Knuckle." As it would go flying, it would hit the Soul Eater, and then it would fly around, hitting the other one, actually grabbing the second one, bring it around, and slamming it into the first one for them to be in the same like place. As Motoyasu would say, "What the hell? We don't need your help now, Fumi." Uh, then you could hear Itsuki say, "I think we kind of did," and Rin would nod because they could tell. Well, I mean, given their egos would get in the way, but they would still have this same point of view where Naofumi is sort of right. They didn't think of every idea. They clearly didn't think as a team, or every idea, like I just said, right? They didn't think that there could have been a soul eater or anything like that in controlling these corpses, right? And they would sadly admit that, well, Rin and Itsuki. Motoyasu would keep on having the high hopes and saying I could still defeat this by myself, right? And we didn't need your help, Naofumi. But Rin and Itsuki would have the same mentality of what I just previously explained, right? And with the help of Raptalia and the rest of his party, Naofumi will kill and Philo. They would eventually take out the Soul Eater. Naofumi will gain the he would put the materials of the Soul Eater into his knuckles, and now he has the gained ability of the Soul Eater knuckles, right? And that would also gain him to use two airstrike knuckles at the same time. As it's called the second knuckle. Okay. He also gets that ability where you know how Naofumi uses the Soul Eater shield in canon, and it opens up real wide and bites down. Yeah, like that. Okay. I have a bad feeling that he already had the Soul Eater shield. I have such a bad feeling I already gave him the Soul Eater shield, and I just do not remember. Please correct me if I'm wrong. Please write down in the comments that if I did, please help me out here. I need some type of help with this. Remembering what things I haven't used yet. Okay, so after that, um, they would all, Rin would say, "Wait, I thought we took out the bus. Shouldn't shouldn't have the wave ended by now?" Naofumi would say, "Yeah." And then there would be a voice. "Well, you all did quite well, but you've just met the final boss. Uh, you haven't even scratched the surface. I knew. I didn't expect this world's heroes to have such a hard time with a soul eater. Those such simple beings. I never would have thought that it took all four heroes to just take out two." Motoyasu would say, "What?" And Itsuki and Ren would also have this like anger like in their eyes, like, "What?" Naofumi would just step aside as the other three heroes would attempt to fight Glass, but that didn't work for them. They all got blown away by Stance, Rondo, whatever the wind thing was. I don't remember her like attacks. I remember the tortoise shell cracker. I remember that. That's it. Okay, I remember that one. I don't remember the I think it was like cherry blossom or sakura blossom wind or something like that. Right. I think it was something like that. But besides that, I don't remember anything. Okay, I just don't remember. But anyways, my so we're at either at 30 or 40 minutes by now. I think 30. See, hold on. If you didn't know this by now, I have a weird timer. Like at 30 minutes of talking, my like throat starts to begin to hurt, and it's become a timer of sorts for me to know um of like what time it is. Basically, it's become a weird timer for me. Also, tomorrow is the next episode of the What If, every other Saturday series I do with What If Deku was Law's reincarnation. Yeah, quite fun. Anyways, anyways. So, as Glass would defeat uh, the other three heroes, Sword, Spear, and Bow, Nothing would be standing there just like a badass, this like arms crossed, just like cape blowing in the wind, and Glass would say, "Oh, so you are still standing. That's so fun. I get to have fun with you now, Knuckle Hero." She would lick her lips. Okay, I don't know. Okay, now Femi would say, "You three, stay back. I'll deal with her." "What? Why won't you let us help? We both, we all know that it's not that I don't trust your strength. I just want to show off against these three idiots to show off that I'm stronger then some royal dogs. As he would walk forward, he would say, "So, what's your name? I would like to know yours as well, but I guess I am the one who entered your world. So, my name is Glass. Well, my name is Naofumi Iwatani. And you already know. I guess you already know who I am." As he would hold up a fist, uh, while showing a brass knuckle. "Oh, yes, I do. You are very interesting, especially knowing that you replaced the shield. I've always wondered how dumb royalty was. Way dumber than you think, to be honest with you. And to be honest, that red hair chick, if you'd like to throw her off the thing now, you can. I'm not going to stop you. I could care less. Actually, honestly, you can throw them all off, except for, like, the ones behind me." "Well, why wouldn't I just let the boat crash and take care of all of you? I'm telling you right now, that won't work on me. Okay?" Ugh. So, you want to start now? Or later? Uh, Glass? Oh, you can. Show me what you got. Well, I can tell how cocky you are." As he would crouch down and he would bring out the Soul Eater knuckles. "Alright, trying to know what you can do." As he would jump up, reel back his fist, his right one, reel back that one, as he would punch a massive Soul Eater head, like face, would open up its jaw, biting down on Glass's arm. Well, on Glass herself. Okay? Glass would eventually break, well, would destroy it, blowing Naofumi back at him actually flipping midair, and his feet crashing against, like, the crow's neck, like the beam. Okay? As he would stare at her, as then he would say, "Well, I can tell you didn't like that one." As he would bounce off of it, launching forward. He was gonna try to do it for again, which Glass could tell, using her whatever stance, Rondo, Sakura, Blossom, whatever. I don't remember what the actual thing is. But during that, not Asta, good lord, Naofumi, using that to his advantage to get blown back, he would land on the ground and he would start running again. Right. Maybe I should use the Rage Knuckles. You know what? Not yet. I'll give it a few seconds and then we'll see what happens. As he would run, again, he would jump up again. But instead of the Soul Eater face coming out again like Glass expected, she'd be hit from the back, well, behind her, by a airstrike knuckle. As she would turn around to see what it was, another knuckle would be she would be hit by another, like, airstrike knuckle, right, from where Naofumi was. And then Naofumi would be able to get up close as Glass would turn back around to him just in enough time to dodge a strike to the face and to retaliate by kicking him in, well, kicking Naofumi in the face. and then uh, using both fans as like fanning them out. Uh, they would both then get into like a brawl of sorts, where Naofumi would be punching, and Glass would be striking, like slashing with these. But sometimes they would clash, right? They would clash, or they would also get hits on each other. Naofumi would get a slash on his arm and left arm and right leg. Okay, and then one on his like right side of his like torso, like stomach area. Okay. Now, I mean, Glass would be hit, but you couldn't tell because of her like kimono. You couldn't tell that she was actually hurt under it because Naofumi doesn't slash unless he changed to the I mean that would be stabbing. With the iron knuckles, you know how the spikes are, but he slashes with like the rage knuckles. That's it. Okay, that's it though. Then, as they would continue, uh, like a couple minutes would pass. Now Femi would gain more slashes, right? Now Femi actually switched to the iron knuckles, and you could tell where he hit now because there would be blood that would cake the some parts of the kimono of Glass. Well, Glass's kimono. Now Femi would wipe blood from his mouth, and he would say, "I could do this all day." And Glass would say, "We both know that isn't true." And then they would go back to the uh, well, trading blows or trading strikes, right? Now Fumi punching and well, gashing her up, right, with the iron knuckles, and Glass slicing Naofumi. You could see more like cuts on Naofumi, right? And then Glass, after the next few punches and slashes and whatever else, uh, Glass would use the cherry blossom like wind to blow him off of the like the top deck to where the wheel is off of there, crashing into the the poop deck. He would stand up. Raftalia would say, "Master Naofumi, are you okay? You are clearly injured." And Naofumi would say, "I'm doing great." He would laugh. Okay, not that exact laugh. Okay, this is great. Uh, the other three heroes would look at him, him pouring the blood from all of his wounds that he has clearly not tried to heal in at this entire time. Everyone on his Mal, whatever his name is, the redhead of Motayasu's, she would be like so happy, like we're gonna lose the Knuckle Hero. Let's go. Like she'd be like that. But now family would say, you know, I haven't even been going all out this entire time. So come on, Glass. Let's show. Let's have some. Let's have some real fun. As he would then say, "Come forth, rage, Knuckles." Hold on. Someone's having a fire, and I've been breathing in smoke. There's like so much smoke, and it's getting in my throat at the current moment, and it's starting to make my throat burn because uh, reasons. I reasons. Okay. Like I think there's cuts all over inside of my throat because uh I I make the dumb issue of not chewing enough when eating food to where it will just cut my inside of my throat, and I recommend chewing way more. Like even way more than you think it's good enough. It's not good enough. Okay? Black armor would go over his forearms and his shoulders and his chest, legs, uh right, as Glass would say, "Oh, so you were holding back this entire time. I was gonna treat you to a good time if you treated me well, but I guess you're just like anyone else." What is that supposed to mean? What do you mean a good time? Oh, nah, I highly doubt that. You gonna like cook food? That's like my consideration of a good time. To be blatantly honest, that's like my good time. But I don't know what you mean, and honestly, don't really care. But yeah, I've been holding back. Honestly, I don't even know what these things are capable of by this point. Ugh. See, back in my world, I guarantee you know about that. I got summoned here. Uh, I used to do some fun stuff. I used to do underground fighting, right? Oh, it's so fun. I had a weird obsession with like fighting. Man, I loved causing violence and pain. Honestly, on myself, that was probably the best part. Ugh. Okay, let's do this. As he would then charge at uh, Glass, striking and slicing into her because of the well bladed ends of these knuckles. Right, Glass clearly on the more of a defense route now, blocking more attacks and evading. Here in a while, once in a while, she would actually strike back, but it wouldn't end well because he would just dodge, like, or let the attack hit him in like his like, say if he's gonna hit with his right shoulder or like right arm, like right with his right fist, he would let her strike hit him on the left side and counterclockwise. So he could still get a hit in either way, even if he's getting hit. Okay? But then Naofumi would be blasted back again, actually going through the like crow's next, like the uh, what is that thing called? The mast, like the mast, like pole. That's like holding up the, like the flag and whatever. Going through that, it would fall. People would uh, Naofumi's team would move out of the way as it would fall down. Naofumi would kip up as he would start to run again at her. As he would strike or attempt to, a glass would move out of the way, but would still get a slash on her uh, like side, right? As Naofumi would say, imposter's edge. See, I got tricks too. I don't got stances though. I got tricks. Even if I miss, I will still hit. So you got more to worry about, Glass. There's a rock in my shoe. That's my own issue. Couldn't feel it either until now. But yet, Glass would be even more on the defensive side than ever before in this fight. While Naofumi would be like just having the greatest time ever. But then not Oast, uh, Glass would jump away above not Asta, Naofumi on like the where the not the poop deck, but the place above where the like above the captain's quarters where the wheel is. Jumping up there, she would then use the tortoise cracker, right? Or begin to. And Naofumi would say, "What the hell?" As he would begin to run, even faster than before. He would jump up as Glass would aim for him up in the air. Then the tortoiseshell cracker would fire. A new, well, this is where a new ability gets introduced to Naofumi. Uh, he saw it pop up on his like HUD or whatever. Okay, as Naofumi would reel back, as the tortoiseshell cracker would get closer to him, it would say, well, this ability would say, this ability has the possibility to send. Well, no. You'll see what happens. Naofumi would reel back as his punch would connect with this thing. It would. He used the freezing repost on it, so it would stop moving. He would be able to slip past it as it would stop moving. He would continue to fall as he would reel back his fist as he would say, "Dragons, Titan." Oh no! I really want to do a playoff terms of the tortoiseshell cracker, but like with a dragon. Like their scales are like the toughest part of them. So, dragon scale bruiser. As he would reel back his fist, he would yell this out. Once it would connect with not Oast. My God, that's another character. Uh, as it would connect with Glass, a like the air would crack, kind of like Whitebeard and the Gur no Mi. Okay, the air would crack. you could tell where uh, Glass would be frozen. She would be like thrown off of the ship from this attack, but then a portal would open behind her and she would escape. Naofumi would land on top of the ship as he would then raise up a fist, and then the ship would continue to crash. Everyone is okay ish. Naofumi is probably the hurt the most. But yeah. I know I said that we were going to. It's been an hour. I don't want to waste. I'm not going into the next arc. That'll be next time. Part 4. We'll go over the Clowmere Archipelago and the Devil of the Shield. Okay? That's what we'll do next time. Okay? And I hope to see y'all there. Roll the dice. Like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already. And I hope to see y'all next time. Bye.